Guys, do you have any questions regarding previous session? Can you see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Guys, if you have any questions regarding previous sessions, you can ask. And then one more thing, so now we started already flows, small flows we started. So anybody have facing issue how to write the flow? What are the components I have to use? And then how we execute the flow? How to debug the flow? So you people are facing any issue, please let me know.
Venkat, this Sharon here.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to know, I mean, in real-time scenario, live, I mean, we use the Anytime Studio and anything like CVS, what kind of, I mean, whether we put it in cloud or how the code we will maintain.
Yeah, you were talking about the code repository, right? So yes, actually,
Yeah.
current nowadays people are preferred GitHub. There's a GitHub is there now. People are preferring GitHub. Earlier there is a SVN repository and CVS repository. So it's a depends on client actually how they are maintaining the code. So based on that, we have to work on that. But as of now, people are preferred GitHub only. Everybody so preferred GitHub. So based on the command based everything here. So earlier in SVN, so we have to add the plugins, then accordingly we'll play with. So in Eclipse, you have to add that S1 plugins. In the right click, you will get that all option actually. So now here, it's a command based everything. So GitHub is command based. So and then here we can add the SVN also. If client is preferred SVN repository, then we can add the S1 plugin to any point studio. Then we'll get a team option in the right click. So then accordingly we can check in, check out, all this we can do it actually. It's totally depend on client.
Okay. I mean, how is the, does really client go for Cloud Hub and all those things? I mean, in real-time scenario, I'm just saying.
That's what it's depend on the client. So whatever I was saying that is not cloud related actually GitHub and SVN and CVS. And one more thing is if MuleSoft itself have there's a cloud thing. So from there also we can store the code and we can check out, we can check in, so we can do it actually. Generally, if you learn GitHub, so we can do anything actually. If client is prepared something else, they have any other repository, you can do it actually. I see in many places, many of the clients preferred GitHub only nowadays.
Venkat, yesterday is there the class? I mean, is the class scheduled?
Sorry, man. Yesterday it's not there actually. Actually, I sent all the people WhatsApp message. Might be I forgot to you. Satya, right? I forgot you, I guess. I will add that in the WhatsApp group. I forgot it because the day before yesterday there is a some production issue came. So I spent almost until 2 a.m. in the office itself. So I came late
Okay.
from office. So I intimated to all the people. So class is not there like that.
Okay, no
Sorry,
issues. I
might be
mean,
it's
I just
missing
want.
to you.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I can understand. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Thanks, man. Okay. Apart from that, Sharon, am I answering your question? Still, you have any question?
Yeah, that's fine for me. And my only thing is that in real-time scenario, how it will work. I mean, people,
Uh,
because it's all the time the
no.
standalone they'll use or they deploy it in cloud servers. I mean,
Yeah,
even
yeah.
the code.
Sharon, you were asking code repository question, or else you are talking about deployment thing.
Yeah,
So
both.
here I'm confusing two
Yeah,
things you are saying.
yeah, both. I mean,
Oh,
my
both.
question was
Yeah.
earlier was
Okay.
they answered for me.
Yeah.
Just I was trying to understand because if you go through this anytime some
Hmm.
links, they
Hmm.
always talk about. deploying into
Yeah.
Cloud Hub
And
servers and different standalone servers. So
yeah,
that
understood. Yeah, understood, Sharon. So that is your second question actually. That is yes. So there is a different ways of deployment. So there is the on-premises deployment is there, and then second one is Cloud Hub deployment is there. Okay, on-premises deployment in the sense. So here in our sessions, I will clearly explain how to do the on-premises deployment. So they provide that clearly. There is a tool they provide. I mean, there is a what we called. So there is a MMC distribution toolkit they provided actually. So we unzip that part, then in that, so there is a TCAT server is there, Tomcat server, it's nothing but TCAT server. So we have to deploy the first TCAT server. So what these people did, uh, Tomcat server, they took the basic version of the Tomcat server. On top of that, how these people requirement, based on that, they implement that some more things on the TCAT server actually. So that's why we called it as a TCAT server. First, we have to add the TCAT server. So there is no installation actually. So we can unzip the TCAT server once you download it from the uh, mulesoft.com, or else if you are a paid guy, means enterprise guy, so they will share the link actually. From the link you can download all the softwares whatever required for MuleSoft if you are an enterprise edition guy. So then we can download it. First we have to install the TCAT server. Under that TCAT server we have to keep it MMC. There is a MMC, Mule Management Console is there. We have to keep that Mule Management Console. And then so there is a standalone server actually. So we have multiple standalone server, you can keep it based on the so on-premise client requirement. Client want to keep cluster environment, you can keep multiple standalone server. We can deploy our app under standalone server. Okay, so then this why MMC coming into the picture here, that is a GUI to deploy the application. So this is whole thing is on-premises deployment. We'll discuss in future clearly with installation and all. I will show you how to configure and all. That is in our session. I will show you. And then coming to other deployment. So whatever you discussed just now, that is on-premises deployment. Another one is there is a Cloud Hub deployment. So for Cloud Hub deployment, we need to buy the space from the MuleSoft. Okay, it's a totally cloud like Amazon, AWS. We have a cloud, right? Similarly, MuleSoft guy will provide the cloud. So then we have to buy 1 core, 2 core, like that space. We have to buy it. Okay, so then we can able to deploy the application there. We can see the whole server logs and all. We can do that actually. So there is a Cloud Hub deployment. Yes, both the deployments are there. And then coming to in our local, so in our local, this Anypoint Studio come up with Jetty server. We will deploy in the local, then we'll see. I guess Sharon left. Okay.
So Jetty server comes along with the MuleSoft
Anypoint Studio.
zip file, right? Yeah, MuleSoft Anypoint.
Yes, that is in.
Which is different from the actual MMC server, right? Whatever the server that whatever the server that you
Standard
connect
server.
through MMC.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not
Okay.
much difference actually. So how generally server will work? So any server, not only this a standalone server or else some other Tomcat, WebLogic, JBoss, JBuilder. We have so many servers in the market, right? So we have to deploy our application into the server. Server should run 24/7. Okay, it should be high visibility. So whenever you hit the request, it will respond. I mean, our application always running in the server. Okay, server will respond us. So in the server, we can deploy multiple. We can say that multiple servers we can deploy in the. There is a on top of that load balancer also will come into the picture actually. If you are aware at load balancer, there is a HTTPD load balancer is there. Under load balancer we can deploy multiple servers. Okay, so in the multiple
Yeah, okay.
servers we can deploy our application in the each server. Okay, so whenever you hit the request, whatever the server is in idle situation, so the HTTPD will take care. There is also Tomcat only, HTTP Tomcat. There is a load balancer. The load balancer will take care. So which server is in idle situation, request will push to the particular server. accordingly it will respond actually.
Okay.
Okay, coming back to our session, Sharon, so still do we have any other question? Okay. Okay, guys. Nivas team, you people have any questions? So you people started flow implementation, just small flows at least. Payload. We discussed already payload and HTTP connector. So did you start playing?
Yes, we started.
Okay. So no issues, right? So guys, if you have any questions, just please let me know. Okay. So I will available anytime. Just ping me in WhatsApp also if you have any questions. If I'm not responding after some time, also after seeing your message, I will definitely respond you. So and then while doing a some sample or else you are practicing something, just if you are facing any issue, just ask my mail ID to Nivas, right? So Nivas have my mail ID. So just send me your whatever you are doing that XML file, right? Back and go to the configuration XML. Just send me the XML. Just tell me like Venkat, I'm facing this issue. This is my I'm trying to achieve this, but I'm unable to do it. Like that, send me. So I will do it. I will work on that. Whatever you are facing that issue, I will let you know. So next time onwards, you can able to do that. Okay. That's what. Okay, so coming back to our session, so last session we discussed about HTTP connector. So it's a inbound connector as well as a outbound connector, guys. So both the directions, both the endpoints we can use it actually, either inbound as well as outbound. When you use inbound, so if we want to listener, so somebody requests, we are the we are the publisher here. So okay, so if you want to behave a publisher, then somebody will try to consume you. Okay, so publisher in the sense, guys, if you are not aware any terminology, right, please let me know. Publisher in the sense, so we are implementing some REST API. This is nothing but a REST API. So we are implementing REST API. We are trying to deploy into the some particular server. Once you deploy into the server, somebody will try to access you. Somebody trying to ping you. I mean trigger you. So whoever trying to reach you, so he is nothing but a client actually. He's We can call it as a consumer also in web services terminologies. So we can call it as a consumer. So they are trying to consume our services. We already publish into the some particular server. Okay. So they are trying to reach you. So how a consumer will talk to you? So because of this HTTP connector, so this always listen whoever requesting. Okay, that is the functionality of this HTTP connector. If you keep that HTTP connector under source, these are each and every flow will split into two parts. One is source part, another one is process part. If you keep HTTP connector in the source part, it always listen the request from the client. Okay, so that is our consumer. So next one is if you keep it same connector in the process, okay, in the process, that will act as a outbound. So when you will go for a outbound, now you people are clear. So why, what is meant by inbound, why you keep a HTTP connector in the source? Because it always listen the request. Same connector if you keep here in the process, so that will act as an outbound, guys. So when you will go for outbound, so now you understood when you will go for inbound and HTTP listener. Okay, when you will go for outbound, okay, if you keep HTTP connector in the process, so that is nothing act as a outbound. Suppose somebody else expose an API, guys. Now here we are act as a publisher. Suppose I want to talk some Salesforce or else SAP HANA or else any other. So I want to talk to Facebook connector or else LinkedIn connector. Okay, so if I want to talk them, suppose there is no connector. Think like that. If they have a connector, so directly we'll use that specific connector. Then we'll speak them. Then we'll fetch the information accordingly. Suppose if there is no connector, generally if the people expose as a REST APIs, okay, so we can achieve using HTTP connector. Okay, so the HTTP connector we will place in the process. Okay, so in that HTTP connector, So it's a REST API is nothing but, so we discussed earlier demo sessions also. It's a REST API, always it's a URL based. That URL we have to keep it into the HTTP connector, and then we have to pass if there is any authentication, if it is in any HTTP a secure URL. So then you have to keep it username and password, everything you can. So keep it under HTTP, guys. So that is, so when you'll go for outbound, if you want any consume other services, then you will go for HTTP outbound, so or else endpoint. So that is the thing. So that's why HTTP here, it will act as a both the directions, okay, and then behave as a inbound as well as outbound. So that is what I'm trying to say about that and HTTP connector. And then next one is set payload. We already discussed about that, and then we try to display that output also. And then next POC, guys. So this is the second one here. So here the functionality of this flow is, so there is a choice router, guys. Here there is a choice router, okay. It's like a if else condition. If the condition is true, then do something else, do something else. So such type of conditions will go for choice, okay. So in Java, we have a condition like, if the condition is true, so same thing we can achieve using choice router here, guys. If condition is true, so then we'll write something else in the float brackets, right? Code will write it. Then else, if something is wrong, that condition is becomes false, then else part will execute it. So this is a scenario. So we'll achieve same thing in the choice router here, okay. So for that, so we need to just drag and drop the choice. Here two things are came when you try to search here in the mule palette, we are getting choice and choice exception strategy. This is related to exception strategy, but this is a component. So or else you can call it as a message processor. I just drag and drop that choice message processor here. So you are aware of this HTTP configuration, so that's why I'm not so discussing about this. We already discussed about this. So I just keep it a local host, and 8081 is the port number, and then greet 2 is my path. So remaining I just ignore it. I'm not mentioning any method also. If you mention a specific method, it should allow only that specific method. So that's why I just ignore it. So it will allow any type of method, either it's a put method, get method, or else a post method. So you aware it, right? So we discussed already about methods. So this is about methods. These are the methods I'm trying to show you in a postman client. So frequently methods are get to, put to, post to, delete methods. Okay, so that's why I didn't mention any method. So if you mention the method, it allow only that method. So I just ignore that method location because it's an optional field. And then once you hit the request, the HTTP listener will request it, and then it will go to the choice, guys. So internally it will raise the trigger, then according this arrow symbol, it will go to the choice. So see the choice connector, choice router. So configuration, I'm just double click on the choice router. So you can see here the condition. So we already aware of this what Mule expression, how to write the Mule expression. So you can see here I just pasted outside in the notepad plus plus. You can see here, guys, we discussed about already message object. So message is an big object in the MuleSoft. Okay, it's a message is a super, you can say. So in Java, object is the super class for all the classes in the Java, whatever the class it is. Either it's a built-in class or it's a user-defined class, whatever it is. So here also similar manner. So message is an object for all the things in the MuleSoft, guys, whatever the object it is, like inbound properties, outbound properties, payload, attachment, exception, whatever it is, everything. So it will available under messages. So that day I showed you clearly the DAG structure of the message also, okay, how it is look like, what it contains. So okay, so that is a message object. under that message object. So here my intention is I'm passing some query parameter, so that we seen already in the previous session. So the query parameter, in the sense we have to send through URL we have to send as a query parameter. So that is nothing but a username, guys. So that was expecting some query parameter, so from the URL. Okay, so if the query parameter, whatever you are sending, that username is empty, equal to empty, so it's a condition, guys. Message dot inbound properties, whatever you are sending, so that will receive via inbound properties. And then, so HTTP query parameters, there is a two things here, URI parameters, query parameter. We'll see the URI parameters also soon. So next one is HTTP query parameters. I'm sending as a parameter via URL. So that's why we called it as a query parameters, then dot username, because here we can see multiple inbound properties, and then here also you can see multiple HTTP query parameters. Okay, how it will, it's like a map, guys. Map Java object here, favorite MuleSoft Java object is map, guys, because so if you convert whatever the data will get in the payload, if you convert into the map, so it is easy to get it, guys, because map is depend on key value pair, right? It's look like this. Let's say key value pair. So if you pass the key, you will get the value. So such kind of thing actually. So here for some example, my requirement is, so there is a map object is there. Okay, so there is a cricketer name and then score is there. If I pass the such a name, then I want to get the score, like that. So if you pass the name of the cricketer, so then we have to get the score. So that is already object is there, map object we are getting. So in that we have a name, some score is there. If you pass the name, then we will get the score. Similar manner here, we have a inbound properties. So many inbound properties are there. Okay. So how it will look like, it's an object. It's an object, that too it's a map. Okay. So if you pass the key, we'll get the value. Similarly here, so here inbound property is a map. Okay, so we are passing what key we are passing. HTTP query parameter is a key, we are passing HTTP query parameters. So then we'll get a list of values under that HTTP query parameters. That is the first half. Second half is, uh, if you again here HTTP query parameters, again it's a map. So this HTTP query parameters contains again multiple values. Okay, not only username, might be you'll send a password, might be you'll send something else, right? All the query parameters should be there under HTTP query params. Again, this is an object, that too it's a map object. So for that list of values, I want to get particular value. Okay, so that is again you have to pass the key. So here username and password you send it, right? You are expecting username, right? If you pass the username, then it will give the value. Okay, similar manner, how you are fetching from inbound properties, you are fetching HTTP query parameters. From the HTTP query parameters, I want to get only username. Okay, so this is the way to write the Mule expression, guys. Mule expression language, Mule in the sense. Okay, so this is from the query parameters. I'm trying to fetch the username. So that is that one I am trying to compare it actually. Is equal to empty. So then what we need to do, so based on that we'll route it to the set payload for invalid username. So it will give, here we can add multiple things, guys. So if you drag and drop choice component, you can add multiple things here. Suppose I want to add some more thing here. So just logger I want to add it. You can drag and drop here logger, guys. You can add multiple, so like it will support else if condition. If generally, if here we can see only two condition, if else, but I want to check more conditions, that time what we'll do here in the Java, we'll keep it else if, again we'll write one more condition, then if it is else if is true, then it will execute that part, and finally else, default case is else always. Okay, so then I want to check one more condition, then keep it else if again. Else if, give it a condition, so that condition is true, then it will execute. So then we can keep multiple else if, no issue. Then finally end of the this condition we have to keep a else part. If this is not correct, this is not given true, and again this is not given true, so finally else part will execute. Okay, so again in the Java, for avoiding else if, more else if conditions, they introduce a switch case. If you are aware it, so switch case. There is a, if whatever the case is true, then it execute particular case, right? Like inside of that we will mention case 1, so do something, and again case 2, do something, and again case 3, do something here. But each case is ending with break, guys, otherwise every case it will execute, all cases it will execute it. We need to keep a breakpoint here. Then finally you can keep it default case. Okay, default. So similarly, for avoiding this multiple else if, so here in Java they introduce a break, they introduce a switch case. If the particular case is suppose case 3, you are passing in case you are passing some 3, so then directly it will go to execute case 3, then it will come out of that switch case. So that, because we mentioned a break, right? So like that actually. So here also if you want to keep it multiple things, suppose this condition is true, it will go here, or else go here, or else go here, like that we are mentioning here. If you see here, so here I'm checking two conditions, one more is default. Okay, here also what we are doing, first here we are checking two conditions, three conditions. If three conditions are getting failed, then default case it will execute it, means nothing but else case it will execute it. Here also default is there. If this is not working, so then it will go here, or else this is not working, this condition also true, then it will go to the default. Okay guys, so that is a scenario we have to use this choice router. Okay, based on the logic, based on the condition based, will route to the particular thing. Okay, see here I just add a condition here, so username equal to empty, then go for set payload for invalid username. If in the default case, so then if it is failed, then it will go obviously here, then set payload for valid username, means when it will go, if you keep a username there, so then it will go for valid username. So what I written after the choice, I mean inside the choice router, I just kept a payload first one, this is for invalid, I just hard coded inside, no username provided, no username provided. Okay, so next one is here, in case of default, I just add again one more set payload here. You can see here actually, whatever the payload, whatever the data I am getting through query parameter, I'm trying to display that query parameter actually. Previously I just checked the condition here, previously I just checked the condition there. If the condition is true, so then it will go associated with whatever the next step, it will go there. So here next case, I mean if the condition is success, then I'm trying to display it actually. Whatever the username we are getting, before that I mentioned hello that particular username. This syntax is giving that username. So same actually. From the message in one properties, HTTP query parameters, display the username. Here previously I'm checking the condition. Here I'm trying to display the user. Okay, so any questions guys in the choice router?
Venkat, can you add one more condition in the choice, and we just want to see how you are configuring the choice, writing the mule expression and
Sure,
setting
sure,
it up.
sure. First we'll execute this. After that I will add that. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you. I'm trying to deploy this. Right click on this. We'll see the always in debug mode. So based on that, we'll get to know step by step. Debug as Mule application. I'm just stopping here. You can see the condition, whatever you are asking here. Here also you can see. I just kept a toggle breakpoint. Okay, it's trying to deploy. It's deployed successfully. Then here, what was the greet to? HTTP localhost greet to, I guess.
Venkat, I have a small question.
Yeah, yes.
For this grid 2, we using 8081 port number, right?
Yes.
User port number is unique. We have to use for every application different port number.
Always should be.
But I think before also you use this 8081, right?
No, I didn't use that. No.
8081.
Yeah, that's fine. That's right. Base path is different now. You can use this. You can use this address. You can use same address, but base path should be different. Earlier is greet one. You can see
Okay.
here is the base path is different. You can keep it address same. You can keep it address
we can
same.
use.
Yeah. Address path should be different. That time
Okay.
address already bind, the type of issues won't get. Here one more thing actually. Now it is running 8081 this application, right? Okay. If any other application already running with 8081, so this is
Yeah, that's what I mean.
this is I am using Anypoint Studio. If I start one more Anypoint Studio, there is one more application here. If we start with same port number, that time we'll get address already bind. But here in this application, so there is a
We
path
can
is
use
different.
multiple XML files.
Yes, we can use multiple XMLs.
Okay.
So here is the path is different. The whatever the obsolete path or else base path you can call it. So that is different. That's why you won't get. So but if it is different to Anypoint Studio, not only to Anypoint Studios actually, in our some of the applications you installed in your operating system or else any Skype or else it was every application is running with some port number, right? So if you are using same port number, it will obviously it will conflict actually. So that time it will say clearly address already bind. So that type of error you will get. So then go there and change the port number, then it will work. So then mine is greet 2. So I hit the request. I got the request. Click yes here. Got. See this, I kept a greet one here, it's coming here. Greet 2. So let me check with the first failure case. After that we'll see. See this, I got the request. So second case that choice router. So then now you can check the condition here, guys. It will return true or false kind of thing. So see this, guys. Now we are in a debug mode perspective. If you try to double click on that, it won't open. So click the mule design. So that time only it will open the configuration. I want to check the on fly. I want to check the condition, guys. So I'm trying to show you the condition here. So click mule debug mode again. So then go to for this evaluate expression dialog. Open the pop-up. Then sometimes so if you sometimes if you want to correct the syntax, always check with this, guys. It's better. So it will give the clear idea if you are giving any wrong syntax kind of thing. See this, guys, I'm trying to execute this. See this, it's giving true, guys. It's giving true. So what was the condition here? Message.inbound.properties http query parameters dot username equal to empty. So this condition true because we're not sending any username. I just hit the request localhost 8081 with the greet 2. I'm not passing any query parameter. That's why this condition become true. Okay, here you can see. So next, click the next step. See this, it went to the that invalid thing. Okay, invalid username, no username provided. I mentioned in the payloads that should display on the browser. Okay, and just you can see here, guys, whatever we discussing. I was saying about map, right? I'm trying to show you that piece here. First one is query parameters, right? So where is that? So first one is inbound properties, right? These are all the inbound properties. If you see how it is look like inbound property, it's a key value pair of thing, right? So if you see here, this is a key, this is a value, this is the key, this is the value. Can you hear, right? So it's kind of key value pair. So if we expand one of the thing, suppose query params, I'm trying to expand it actually, but here is size is 0. That's why I can't able to show you anything. So next step we'll see. Next positive scenario we'll see. So under that query parameters, again it will like a key value pair. Okay. So here inbound properties, if you pass the user agent, it will display like this. That is a key value pair. And then payload is nothing, guys. I'm not getting any payload because we are not pushing any data. So that is the thing. I'm just click the next step, or it's F8 for resume. Now check in the browser. No username provided. Okay. So guys, one more thing I'm trying to explore. Here I'm testing only middleware, guys. Whatever we are doing work, so that we are tested through browser, we are tested through Postman, we are tested, right? But eventually how it will look like, so end-to-end authentication, end-to-end integration should so somebody trying to consume our service, how they will consume, same way how we are trying to test. So here only our logic, our middleware. Similarly, this request will come to from the client. Okay, from the client it will come, but here in place of localhost, some remote address should be there. So that should expose as a public, right? So based on that, they will try to hit the request, will receive the request based on that static IP, or else it's a public IP based, right? Will get the request, then it will go there, and so same response will serve them actually. Okay, but here I'm testing only middleware. So that's what I'm trying to say. And then coming to then positive scenario, we'll add username here. So we have to keep a question mark, guys, first. So then I'm trying to pass same thing here, username equal to some mule, equal to mule. Okay, I'm trying to refresh this. Now see this, I got the request, and then now you see that syntax. What was this? Just open the pop-up. See this, my username equal to empty.
In browser it's again into green. So I think.
Oh shit. Just click F8. This guy doing HTTP. That already stored in the cache, yes. 908./grade 2 question mark. Fine right now. Let's see. It should give false, guys. Okay, now see, you can see the false. You understood, right? Earlier I'm hitting a wrong URL. Okay, now see, it will go to the false case. Default case it will go. So then it will execute. You can see the logger. I'm not displaying any logger. So then you can see the Mule. Okay, so coming to Satya was asking something. I'll just drag and drop one more set payload here. Let's see. Set payload and drag and drop here. Okay, so here after drag and drop, just open the choice. Here you can see the configuration. One more thing is coming here actually. I just keep below one is default. Okay, it's coming in the down actually whatever we added. So here what will I add? I just keep it a not equal to empty. Not equal to empty, I kept it. And then default case is set payload for valid username. This will keep it. I will try to display this on that. Okay, valid user is I'm trying to display it. In the default case, will do. Will ask to enter username. So here my username found similarly. Please provide a single quotes guys, or else you can write simply like this also. Avoid all these things, simply hard coded. Please provide valid username. Okay, this is the thing. So let me check. So I added one more condition here. So we need to just drag and drop first. After drag and drop, here one more thing will come here. Earlier we didn't see another condition, right? These are out message to what? First we need to add that. So whatever the thing it is, might be it's a set payload or else any other component that will appear here. So after that, here we need to add the condition when it will go there. So when it will go there, we need to add it. So then accordingly it will execute it. Generally default should be lost. Let's see. So it's get redeployed, I guess. I saved and redeployed. So started app successfully. 1 second guys. Okay, sorry guys, I'm back. Okay, so now try to hit the request. So same request, I'll try to hit it. It will go here. So then this is the positive case. Let's see. 20 default. that's why we have to push always default is lost. It's behaving wrong, guys, so we'll try to push the default should be lost. So go back to the backend, so just change it, otherwise you can change it here also in the backend. So second case is HTTP user not equal to MP. Here is fine. Now it is fine, I guess.
I think just like in Java, it will go sequentially. If
Yes. Okay, now find it. So two conditions. One is this equal to empty, not equal to empty, and then default. Let's see the debug mode. So which condition is satisfied? Save this. Okay, this condition is false.
Yeah.
Okay, this condition is true, not equal to empty. So it means middle condition should work. Okay, clear, right?
Yeah.
Whatever we added, that one is executing, and we'll see the false condition also. And just remove this and only empty thing. Let's see. Click here, then invalid. Okay, no? So this is the thing. Mostly in this case it won't go, I guess. In default case it won't go, because two cases already we tested. So if you send empty, if you not send, so it will execute. There is no
Yeah.
default case in this, but based on the yes, based on the scenario it will execute. Might be if you have any customization, more customization, you will add more condition.
Okay.
That time it will go. You understood, right?
Okay. Yeah. What if you want to add multiple conditions in the choice? I mean, we can do it with the and ampersand.
Yes, it will support. That's what. See, whatever that and or everything it will support Mule expression. Here I just said only equal to empty, right? You are talking about, suppose there is one more I want to add like this, right? Or condition like this. You can add it. You can add it. Not here, outside.
Yeah, okay.
Here it will support
I
that.
mean, if you want to check the other property or something,
Exactly. It will support.
Oh,
See here how if you see Java, right? Java and or not everything it will support, right? So this each and every component built in using Java only, guys. So if Java will support, obviously here also it should support. Okay, but
okay.
slightly syntax might be different, but it will support each and every expression, right? So that will support actually each and every component will support the Mule expression. If Mule expression will support, how Java will support the conditions and all, so here also that will support. Is it clear? So
Yeah.
that is the thing. So guys, anybody have other questions about this choice router? So when you will go for, see, first of all, we should aware it. So when you will use particular component. So now you are aware it, right? When you will go for choice router. If there is any two conditions, if there are any condition based scenario you will get, we'll go for choice. Okay, think like so user is sending two things like he want to create a create opportunity, or else he want to update opportunity. Two flows are there, right? So based on the user requesting, we need to route it actually. User is requesting create opportunity, then route to the create opportunity. User want to create update opportunity, route to the update opportunity, or else you can check like this also. HTTP method equal post route to particular flow. HTTP method equal get route to particular flow. But how will get the HTTP method? So you can see in the inbound properties also I showed you earlier. HTTP dot method equal, you can get clearly method name. So based on that method name, you can route it accordingly. Is it clear? So that is a scenario we'll go for this choice router. And then so next one is every time I'm trying to introduce new components, guys. So now in this flow, third flow, we'll see some more components. So like expression, I'm trying to introduce it. Expression and file connector, guys. We'll see both of them. So here coming to third flow, so this is a HTTP connector, you already aware it. So next one is expression, guys. So you can search for expression in the, this is the expression, this is the expression. Okay, so I'm trying to open the expression after drag and drop. So here, observe here, guys. So this is a syntax. I'm trying to explore on this more. So earlier condition and this condition, try to compare it. So here, observe here, forget this, I will tell you this one. And first one is this message.inbound properties of HTTP query parameters of username. So similarly how I will fetch in the previous flow, similar manner I'm trying to get the username. After that, observe here, guys, flow vars dot username, flow vars dot username. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here, after getting a username, I'm on fly, I'm trying to create a variable, guys. Observe the syntax here and there. So if Mule expression, you have to keep it hash square bracket, right? But here I am not mentioning. So this is the expression, guys. Expression, when you are using an expression, no need to keep anything that hash square bracket actually. It will support. And one more thing is there is a data wave also there, that component will come in the future. The data wave also not required to keep it this hash and square bracket. So whenever required, whenever not required, I will highlight there. So other cases, every case it should require, guys, only this expression and data wave cases only. Now we are looking to the expression case. No need to keep that hash and square bracket, guys. You understood, right? So it will support even how the Java code you will write it, right? Same way you can keep it here actually. So message.inbound properties of query parameter dot username. I'm trying to assign to one variable, guys. So this variable on fly I'm trying to create it actually. Generally, how we'll create the variable in the MuleSoft? There is a separate component is there. You can see here three types of variables here: flow variable, session variable, and record variable. So generally we'll use a flow variable. If we create a flow variable anywhere else, we want to drag and drop, you need to drag and drop this flow variable. And then coming to session variable, there is a difference is only scope, guys. Flow variable scope is only this flow, and again wherever we are calling the subflow. Okay, we not at start at subflows. So but this scope is flow, and then wherever calling a subflow, right, in the subflow also there. Coming to session variable, whole application, guys. So in my application I am seeing so many flows, right? So we can call anywhere else this session variable. and then record variable, guys. Record variable exclusively for only batch jobs, guys. So we'll do the batch jobs in the MuleSoft. So that time we'll define record variables. That is the difference. So coming back to here, generally we'll create a variable like this, but other case you can use expression on fly. You can create it actually. No need to define, no need to drag and drop this variable. So, but you can do like this also. Okay. According to this, I'm trying to create a variable. So with the name of username. Okay. That is the thing I did in the expression component. Okay, next one is, so this you already aware of this. So this is what, it's a setup payload, guys. In the payload, what I'm trying to do it, I'm trying to get multiple things in this. I'm trying to copy paste here. So see this. So first one is I'm trying to fetch the username, guys. Okay. So in the set payload, we have to mention the hash and square brackets and all. So inbound property is fetching the username, first case. Second one is I'm trying to fetch the age also, guys. I want to fetch one more parameter, not only username. I want to fetch one more parameter, that is age. And then third parameter is in second parameter, I mean it's not a third parameter, second parameter, I'm trying to check the age, guys. Whatever you are sending the age is greater than 18, it's greater than 18. I want to display the true or false kind of thing. So this condition will give true or false. This result is, it will give true or false. If the condition is true, if whatever you are sending age is greater than 18, it will true. Whatever you are sending age less than 18, so then it will give false. So means here it will display the username, and again it will give the age, second parameter. Third condition is either true or false, it will display. Where you are displaying in that, so that I'm setting in the set payload. Set payload I'm setting here, and then so this will go to the next step. So what I'm trying to do in the next step, so I just drag and drop a file connector, guys. This is a file connector. You can see clear. Yeah.
Sachin, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why don't we use choice router here? We can use choice router too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we can use it, but I'm trying to say different components. I'm trying to one by one
Oh, okay.
component I'm trying to introduce. We
I'm
can
just
use it.
I'm just I'm just asking to make sure we
Yeah,
can
yeah.
use it or not.
Yeah, yeah, you can use it, man. We can use
Oh,
it
okay.
based on the requirement. So in this requirement, I'm trying to explore first that one. So in this requirement, I'm trying to keep the data, whatever you are sending the data, right, from the user when getting that user, in the sense from the browser, whatever the requesting data, I'm trying to
Yes.
keep it in a file. I want to store that information into the file. That is my requirement
Mm-hmm.
here. Okay.
Okay.
So that's why I'm trying to create one variable. Okay. So and then next one is in the payload, I'm trying to display all the values, whatever you are sending, like username, and next one is age. Two things I'm expecting
Age.
from the user. And then I'm also checking age is greater than or I mean less than that. So if it's greater than 18, whatever the condition is mentioned, that is true, it will display three things in the file actually. I'm trying to create one file. Okay. So if you want to
Okay.
create any file, then you have to use this file connector. This is a file connector here. Same thing, I just drag and drop here. You can see here the configuration of file connector. I mentioned like d:personal. d:personal. So it will create a file. If you're not giving any specific name, it will create a file. Then it will store by default dat extension, dat extension. It will store in the path. You can see this path. In the path, it will store the file. Okay. So whatever the payload you are sending in the previous step, that payload will go to the file connector, and then file connector will create a file and then store into this particular path. Okay. So that is the thing. So let's say if you want to keep it a specific pattern, we can keep it actually. Suppose I want to create a .txt file, I want to store that. So that will go to the create a .txt file, and then it will store. First we'll see without pattern. This is an optional field. So I just place only path. Okay, so it will create it will take the responsibility to create a file with a .dat extension by default. Okay, that is my intention. Then finally I want to display the username also on the browser. Okay.
Venkat,
Yeah, tell me.
can we create the session variable on the fly?
Yes, you can create. You can create, no issue. But batch you can't able to create. So sorry, record variable you will create only batch step actually. There is a separate batch is there here for achieving batch coding. So there is a batch commit, batch execute, batch step is there. In that only you have to create a record variable. Okay, but we can create it now. So simple difference is how here in place of flow vars keep it session vars. Okay, it's support. That's a keyword we can see in the blue. Okay, so finally see here how to access this flow variable. So in the payload I'm trying to display it. Flowvars dot username, guys. This is a way to access the variable. Okay, so even here defining also same only same like same only. But if you drag and drop variable, if you drag and drop this variable, the syntax is a bit different. So here you will get like this. I just drag and drop variable. You will get a set variable and remove variable. We can achieve two things actually this variable. Suppose you already there some variable there in the your flow. I don't want to continue that variable in the flow. I want to remove it. Just remove that. You can keep it name, that's it. It will go to it will remove that flow. Okay. It will I mean that variable will remove from that flow. So I want to set the variable here. So suppose some name equal to whatever the payload I'm getting. I want to assign that to my variable. You can see here. This is a way to create the variable. If you see here, so I just create a new variable. The variable name should be unique, guys, because why will use generally variables? We'll store some data, then in future we'll use it, right? In future, wherever required, we'll use it. So that's why we have to keep it a proper name that should be unique actually. So why? Because so next step we are calling with that name. Flowvars dot username I'm calling. If you keep it same name multiple things, so it will get confused which variable you are calling. So that's why it should be always you have to keep it a unique name. So based on that, in next step we'll call that flowvars dot that particular name. You understood, right? So that is a variable, and again that is a variable calling also like this. I'm just trying to deploy this. We'll see how to create the file. And
Venkat, when you drag and drop the expressions, I saw some two more kind of expressions are there.
yes,
So
yes.
what is the difference between all those?
We'll discuss new components. No worry. So the difference is we can define multiple. So here we can write even Java logic also. We'll try to explore on it. Expression. Yeah. So this expression is nothing but it's kind of filtering. Like so I don't want to, so suppose I want to continue with only suppose I'm getting a payload. Okay, so in the payload if particular field is there, then I want to continue it actually, otherwise I don't want to continue. Okay, so means I want to filter the data, so that time we'll go for that filter expression. It is a filter actually, it's a normal it's not a normal
Okay.
component, it's a filter. So coming to other one is uh, current message. Okay, so this will give multiple things, I guess. Return class and expression attributes. So you can see the difference, like actually here the main difference is, if you see here here I can define multiple things, guys. If you see, now I define a flow vars. In the second step, I want to display one more thing. I want to keep it one more thing. I want to keep it some username in the sense next age. Next one I'll keep it is here. Here we can define lot of things here. These are text area, you can see. You can define multiple things. You can add multiple things here. If you want to add a Java expression, we can add Java code also here. It will support that. But here, if you see, this will support only one thing. We can't able to multiple things in this particular expression. You can see only here. See this. Only it will display that particular thing. Only one condition you can keep it if you want to write any condition based, and then that too it will support the return class also. Suppose this I want to return whatever the payload. Suppose I'm trying to display the payload here. You can keep it, you can choose the payload here. This payload I want to return some java dot util dot and then linked hash map. I want to convert it. That you can do it actually. That we can do it. Okay, but same thing if you see here in this component, we can't able to achieve that thing. It just is a simple expression, but you can keep it multiple things here. You understood? That is the difference. You are clear? So we'll see. If you want to see one more example, we'll see on that. Okay, so I'm trying to deploy this application. Let's see. I'm trying to remove this also. Console. Started app. Okay, app is started. So what was the condition here? Greet 3 and again 8081 localhost. Let's search for greet 3 directly. It's not there. /greet3. We have to send two parameters here, so that's why I'm adding two parameters. Username equal to mule, and then other one is what? Age, guys. Age equal to some 99 passing here. Okay. How observe here? So if it is a one parameter, we have to keep it a question mark here. Then you have to mention starting with after your path, your base path, you have to keep it a question mark. So then you have to start query parameters. So then how will pass multiple query parameters? It should be separate with ampersand symbol, guys. So I just kept a ampersand symbol and then I passed that age also. Let's try to hit the request and didn't get any debug point here. I just keep a debug point here. Let's see. Here we go. Click yes. Okay, so let's see. I'm not seeing any configuration here. I'm just hitting the next step, F6. Now see, guys, here what we did, we just create a variable, right? So go and check the variable here. So in the debug mode, you can see all the things, right? Previously we checked only inbound properties, right? Coming back to next tab, click variables. You can see the variable here. So you define a variable, right? You can see the variable and value. What was the variable you created? Username. And then mule. I created only one variable, right? So that is username. You can see here, and then if you want to check what mule evaluate expression, you can there also you can check it actually. Let me check in the mule expression. How to check it, guys? Flow vars. Okay. See this. I just type the flow vars in the evaluate expression. You can see there how many variables here. List of variables you can see. But I have only one variable. That too, you can see here, guys. It's a key value pair. Everything. I just type. I'm just pass that user key is what guys, username. You can see directly value. Okay, flowwares dot username, so you can see the value. So that is a way you can check the syntax. If you keep any wrong syntax, and just click next step, you can see the payload guys. Earlier payload is not there. You can go and check the payload here. Just search for payload in the expression Mule evaluate, and you can see what are the things are there in the payload. Three things guys. So you are passing username, and then next one is what, age. Two things I am passing through browser, Mule and age. Next one is what, either true or false, right? So we checked it three condition. If you do remember, in this case I'm doing three things. So one is username displaying, another one is age, third one is I'm trying to check the condition that will give either true or false. Same thing it was displaying here, payload. So first one is username, second one is age, third one is either true or false. If less than 18, it should give false. If greater than 18, it should give true. Now I'm passing 19, so that's why it was giving true. Okay. So next step, guys. Click the next. Let's see. So in this case, file should create it, guys. File should create it. So after that, I'm trying to display same thing on the browser also, the username, right? First we'll see the browser. See, you can see hello mule. So from where you are getting this one? From the variable guys, from the variable. You can see the syntax, flowwares dot username before that hello. I'm trying to display on the browser. Okay. Next one is file should create it. So where that should create it? Under dpersonal. Let me check my path, dpersonal. Okay, I will just, you can see today's one file is created. That to what extension? The dat extension guys. I'm trying to open this. So see this same thing you can place in the file, connect to file also. Mule 19 true means whatever the payload you are passing, that is displaying there. Okay.
So you no need to give the file name, right?
Yes. By default it will give
By
like that,
default,
but if you want to keep proper pattern, you can keep below one. Here name and pattern is there, no? I will
mm-hmm.
mention name and pattern. Let's see. D colon same I will copy paste here, and then I will create one plain slash or else payload dot txt. I will keep it. Let's try to deploy once again. I just pass the pattern guys, what pattern you are expecting. Okay, successfully deployed, and refresh your flow. Refresh the path.
Wait for me. I'm coming. Yeah, wait for 5 minutes.
Can you mute yourself please? It's giving an error. So see guys, if you're getting any error, so go to debug here, build debugger. It will clearly tell us there is an expression thrown. Expression thrown. So click this, expand this. You can see the cause here actually. So why it is coming here might be I'm giving wrong slash, actually unable to create a canonical file for depersonal payload. I guess no need to keep all these things, just give, I mean from start all path is not required, I guess. Just
Only the file name is
yes,
required.
exactly, file name is enough. File name with extension is enough. I'm trying to remove this.
But if you want to set the path, okay.
No, top you can set the path.
Yeah.
Let's see, slash also required, I guess. Let's see. If not create, we'll pass the slash. It will expect. See this guys, expression is displaying like this. Now deploy it. Try to hit the request. Yes. You can see here proper properly executed. Now see this, guys. I'm just refreshing. You just create a payload.txt, right? You can see here. Okay. Okay, guys, that's what today. So any questions as of now? We'll see 3 more flows are there. Until now we introduced different components, guys. Today we introduced choice, another one is expression, another one is file connector also we'll introduce. Okay. So here file connector will act as a just try to keep it in inbound also, guys. It will act as inbound also. Now we see the outbound, right? You can keep it inbound also, you can test it. So any questions, guys? Nivas team, do you people have any questions? Guys, can you hear me? Yeah, Tirish, do you have any questions?
Not really.
Yeah, good. So please try to practice it. If you have any questions, we'll discuss on Monday. That is your Sunday evening. Okay. Thanks, Sudhakar. Okay, so we'll connect on Monday morning. Your ISD Monday morning, your Sunday evening. Okay. So thank you, guys. I will share the recording this once this is converting happen. Thank you so much.